Hey YouTube, Common Collector here, and today we are opening up the Blazing Vortex booster box, so I am really excited for this. This isn't exactly the best set that Konami has come out with, but this is basically Ignition Assault 2.0, although I do think it is a little bit better, mainly for the reason that we have the new Armed Dragon cards in here, which is kind of nice just for people who are big fans of the anime and whatnot, so it's a bit of legacy support, sort of, for an old deck. And then we have, just really good cards like Pot of Prosperity, as well as the new Link 5 monster, the Underworld Goddess. And and also like the Spriggans archetype looks actually pretty promising. So I think that this set is actually a little bit better than Ignition Assault, so it's not totally like a redo of it. This is kind of weird, like this box looks a little bit damaged, but this is a completely sealed box. From what I've heard, these boxes can be mapped, so I'm actually going to take the top two packs and put them to the side here, and we will open those probably at the end. So if this box is mapped, then those would be the secrets. So I think we're going to start here on the right side of the box, and I'll just put this off to the side a little bit, and we'll sort of see what we can get. So again, I'm really looking forward to hopefully getting a Pot of Prosperity or the Link 5. There's not really any other secrets that are really calling out to me. Overall, like the Warrock archetype that comes out in here is extremely budget, so pulling any of those kind of cards is not really the best. We'll see what so our first super rare here is the Sacred Tree Beast Hyperiton. So overall, this is a card that you could sort of splash into decks like Rikkas and whatnot. So, I would maybe sort of look into eventually playing this, but there's like just better rank 9s in the game overall. Here we have one of the new Spriggans cards. Titled Try a Dream Mirror Recap. I'm also looking to hopefully get a Dream Mirror deck profile out soon. I really wanted to get one out back when it came out during Rising Rampage, but I just never got around to it. I didn't feel like the deck was that great, but now with a little bit of new support, hopefully we can, as well as Tri Brigades. I'm also looking forward to, I believe it's Tri Brigade Kit is like the new monster that comes out in this set, which is basically like a Foolish Burial for the deck, which is really cool. Here we have a Heavy Metal Foals Amalgam, a Parametal Foals Melcaster, Dual Avatar Ascendance. So again, we're getting a little bit of like dual avatar support in here as well, along with Dream Mirrors. Let's see what our next card is. We have a Warrock Gactos. This is probably like one of my favorite of the monsters. He kind of reminds me in a way of like a mixture of Groot and Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I think that's kind of funny. He just like looks a little bit silly. Overall, the Warrock archetype isn't that great, but I think like you can basically pick up the whole deck for like $20 right now. So in my opinion, it's still fun to just sort of build the deck. And if the deck gets any new support in the future, that would be okay. Here we have an Ojama Pink, another card that I was really looking forward to, so you guys can definitely expect an update on the Ojama deck as well. The one really great thing I think about this set, because again, like I said, it is a little bit better than the Ignition Assault from last spring that we got, but overall I think that this set is nice because it has a lot of new support for older archetypes and just a little bit of support for some of the newer ones. Again, we have a new card for Dogmaticas, not really the best, but here we have a reinforcement of the Army's Troops, one Armed Dragon Ritual, and then, oh nice, our first ultra rare, we have the Live Twin Leela Treat. This is a really great card for the Live Twin, Evil Twin archetype. Just to get a new, like another monster for the deck is really great. Here we have a Synchro Transmission, so this card is actually really neat. Just sort of like with the artwork here, it just helps you to, I believe, it lets you Synchro Summon during your opponent's turn. So that is also really, really cool. And here we have the new Virtual World Gate Zhang Wu. So this card is actually going to be pretty pivotal also for helping out the power level of Virtual World. Honestly, like if, I think like even after True King of All Calamities gets hit on the next ban list, I think Virtual World is going to be really good. And as long as they don't hit much else on Virtual World, I think it's going to be a really great toolbox deck to use. Here we have a Warrock Skylar, a Giga Thunder Cyclops, and let's get on to the super rare. We have a Metal Foes Vanisher. Okay, that's not too bad. Another of the Tri Brigade Rendezvous. Springed Iron Dash Dragon. That's just kind of a cool name. Kind of reminds me of like the speedrunners from Star Wars, or even the John Carter movie, if you guys have ever seen that. Ojama Pink again. I wish we would have gotten like a little bit more Ojama support, but overall, not too bad with the Ojama Pink. I think that it actually does help the deck a little bit more, and it allows you to run other cards like whatever the spell card is that lets you special summon out all the beast monsters. I can't think of it right now. Okay, so here we have a Knight of Armor Dragon, a little bit more Armed Dragon support there. A Parametal Foals Melcaster and Parametal Foals Zortless. Okay, so overall, I don't know too much about like the Parametal Foals. I haven't really dived too deep into any kinds of like pendulum decks on the channel, but overall, still good. Like, again, really great support for just basically a lot of archetypes. Here we have like Archfiend support, so this set really does have it all. So I will say to Konami, like, actually they did a pretty good job on helping out just a lot of other decks. Here we have a Constellar Catechus. Yeah, again, don't know too much about Constellars either, so we're just going to move on from there. I also just want to say I really like this Fabled Abunk archetype. I think it's really, really funny. Basically, whenever we get any kind of like silly looking like beast kind of guys, I think that they're just really, really silly looking. Here we have another of the Dream Mirror Disciple. Again, just great new support for the Dream Mirror deck. Hopefully we can get the card that's, I believe it's a super rare in this set. Here we have an EMR, so this is for machine support. Not too bad there. Really looking to try to pick up some of these Springens cards. Again, Springens, a lot like the War Rocks, they are just not very expensive right now. So if you guys can get your hands on Springens, for sure. And then if you are interested, pick up the War Rock archetype as well. And oh wait, this is a secret. Okay, so this set is not mapped, or at least like this box is not mapped. So we have an Eldritch, the Mad Golden Lord right here. So this is the new Eldritch support. I'm not sure what this is exactly sitting at on the market, but very cool to be pulling that. Then we have a Raging Storm Dragon. This is also another really nice tech card for, ritual decks, or really just any kind of deck that wants to play it. So overall, I'm actually pretty excited to be getting a play set of that card. When I would assume, after getting a booster box, you usually end up getting a good play set of every of the commons. So that's kind of why my general rule with all of the booster boxes is to buy at least one. And then just because I also I buy a handful more. That way I get a good amount of the high rarity cards. That way I can bring you guys good deck profiles. And then here we have another Ultra. We have the Wind Witch Diamond Bell. I wasn't too excited to be picking this one up. There's not too many great Ultras in here. Really, we have like the Live Twin Leela Treat and just like a few others that are okay, but overall, like, not too bad. We've still got 2 more Ultra Rares that we should be getting out of this box. So, here we have a Dual Avatar Ascendance, Pendulum Encore, a Knight of Armor Dragon, and for the Super, we have a Great Sand Sea Gold Golgonda. Wow, okay, that's like, this is, I forgot this is a Springen support card as well, so that's actually really, really nice. I might just sort of set that aside as well. I'll probably just put this way up on here. So sort of going to put like the more notable cards here on the side. So Springens, definitely looking to build that deck in the future. I think it's really, really cool. For those of you guys who don't know, I believe it is an ultra rare in this set, is the Springens Boss Monster, which is an XZ. And basically what he does is that he blows up cards. Like, if you imagine the main monster zone here, I'll kind of like, so like if your opponent has a monster in this main monster zone, then you can destroy cards like in that zone, as well as anything that's like adjacent to it, like left, right, up, and down. It's really, really cool. It would be fun to explore with that archetype. And like all of the monsters can attach themselves as materials from the graveyard, so it's really, really neat. Here we're going to go on into a Ancient Warriors Rebellious Lu Fang. Okay, that's not too bad. Again, I never have really dived into Ancient Warriors, but that's really cool to be picking that up as well. The artwork on Ancient Warriors, I will say, is really, really cool. And then we also have new Digital Bug support in here, which is really funny. Kind of ironic, because if you guys are watching Farfa and Team Samurai X's Wheel of Yu-Gi-Oh! Challenge, they actually, like, I believe it was I can't remember if it was Farfa or Team Samurai X. One of them used digital bugs in one of the episodes, so that was actually kind of funny. Okay, so I think we're just going to open up these 2 packs because I believe that this is not mapped, so because we already got our Eldritch secret, so this should just be a super rare in this pack. We will go ahead and see. Again, new Fabled support in here as well, so just a little bit of everything. Here we have a Springen's Watch. That's actually really, really nice to be picking up as well. Another Tri-Brigade Rendezvous. Yep, we've sort of seen all of the commons now, so let's blast on through to the rest of the foil cards. So going on into the second side of the box, what can we get out of this pack? Here we have an Angel Statue Azaroon. Wow, okay. So yeah, the artwork on this is actually pretty cool as well. Almost looks like a ghost rare or something. I think that's really cool. So that's just like another monster trap kind of summoning card. So we'll go on here into the next pack. Anything juicy. I'm really looking to hopefully pick up a Pot of Prosperity out of this box. That would be absolutely insane. And here we have an Armed Dragon Thunderbolt. This card's actually like pretty okay. I'm not sure like really to like play trap cards in the Armed Dragon deck. Hopefully I can build that at some point. I'm not totally sure, but overall, just like the general support that it has gotten in here is actually pretty decent in my opinion as far as legacy support goes. Here we have a Steel Star Regulator, a Springen's Branga, S-Force, Professor Die Gamma. Wow, that's a mouthful. The S-Force, I haven't really talked too much about them in here either. Another, like, actually pretty decent Psychic archetype. And now here we have a White Baking. This card is just kind of weird, like really weird. Just more Skull Servant support. Really, I feel like every archetype just got support in here, besides Morphtronics. Morphtronics did not get support. I really hope at some point, even just to give us like a new card like the Ojama Pink, just give us like one new support card for like Morphtronics. Come on, Konami. Okay, let's keep moving on here. And here we have an Armed Dragon level 10 white. That card looks so darn sick. Yeah, I'm really liking the new Armed Dragon support. That's cool. I think I'll put that off to the side too. That way we can all look at that as well. Very, very nice. Okay, cool. Armed Dragon level 10 white. I love the new artwork on these guys, and the fact that the Armed Dragon level 10 Thunder, or whatever you call it, like is actually like the cover card of the set. I think it looks really, really nice. Can we get to it? Oh, wow. Okay, so here we have the new Psychic Eraser Laser. So for those of you who don't know what this card does, it's like the best super in this set for sure. So what it says is send one monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck to the graveyard. Then your opponent gains life points equal to the original attack and defense, or the attack or defense of that monster, whichever is higher. And then you can only activate one of these per turn. This card is just actually really nice, though, because it's non-targeting, removal, non-destruction. It's actually really, really cool. So I do like that card. I'm also going to put that one off to the side because I've been wanting to pick up that as well. And not to mention, it's also just got like one of the sickest Yu-Gi-Oh card names ever, like Psychic Eraser Laser. Okay, so let's move on here. This could be the secret. What can we get? Okay, so we got an S-Force Aura Fist. Okay, and let me just say here, Konami, Aura Fist, like, what a horrible name to put on a card, but okay, so, like, the S-Force Aura Fist, what were they thinking there? Okay, so we have about, I believe this is 6 packs left, so we should have a secret or possibly a Starlight Rare left. What can we possibly pull? Okay, going on into a Fabled and Wraith. So this is actually like, and the Fabled artwork on some of the, like Fabled artwork is always super duper sick. I really like how this card looks. Going on into our fifth to the last pack, we have another Armed Dragon Lightning, a Guitar Gardens Duigan. I don't even know how to say that. This card is actually just sort of silly looking as well. Oh, that's a Sea Serpent? Okay. Here we have, nice, the new Virtual World Otoheim Totu. So, okay, this card is actually just another really nice extender for the Virtual World strategy. Not really necessary, I don't think, as like a 3 of, so this is actually going to be pretty nice as a 1 or a 2 of. I believe most people are playing it sort of around a 2 of ratio, or a 1 of in the deck, so it's really nice to be getting that support. Okay, so now let's get on into the next pack, and we will just get blasting right through these. Oh, okay, wow, okay, so we got the new Heavenly Zephyr Miradora. This is an actually pretty interesting card. Kind of works like a little bit, I mean, it just sort of has its own really natural effect. So it's basically just like a really nice like negate for any of your opponent's monsters that get special summoned from the extra deck. So this card can just like special summon itself from the hand. Works like really similar to like the like Thanos and whatnot. So overall, kind of cool. So those are our two secrets for the box. Probably not the best two secrets to pull out of here, but I do have a second box to be opening up for the Patreon, so maybe we'll be able to get a Pot of Prosperity out of there. That would be really, really awesome. Let's get going. Oh, nice! This was the other Ultra that I was really hoping to pull. The Cordius, the Triphasic Delman. This card just looks so sick. It is like just sort of reminds me of like, just sort of like in Aladdin, like the genies and whatnot. Like, kind of reminds me of something like in a way of how like Jafar when he becomes like a genie at the end of the movie. I think it just looks really, really cool. Yeah, definitely a highlight of a pull right there. I really like that card. A really cool Super Poly target as well. So we'll have to sort of see if and when that card ever gets used, but I think it is still just really, really cool. Okay, now going on into the last cards. Here we have the new Tri-Brigade kit, another great support card for the Tri-Brigade archetype. I kind of mentioned that one already before. And going on into the final pack here, we are going to see what we can get. And we have another copy of Warrock Gactos. So we did not get the secret for the Warrock archetype, which is totally fine. That card is sitting at like $2. So again, if you guys are just sort of interested in Warrocks or the Springins archetype, those are two very cheap decks to make right now, so I highly suggest it. Overall, thank you guys very much for staying with me here for this box opening. I really liked pulling some of the pulls. We got the Evil Twin and the Tri-Brigade cards, the Psychic Eraser Laser, and our secrets weren't too bad either. So thank you guys very much for joining for this Blazing Vortex box opening, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.